Good evening, CJ, and welcome. Anyone out there with questions for CJ Frederick, please raise your hand by clicking on the reactions button at the bottom of your screen. And we will get started. CJ, the first question from David Eichholt.
Yeah, CJ, what was working for your offense tonight? I think this is your highest point total since 2020. So, I mean, did you make it an emphasis to kind of get out to a hot start, or what kind of worked for you tonight?
Yeah, I think like I said last time, that Wisconsin game, playing 31 minutes was huge for me just to get another real game, playing big minutes. I was able to just get in a rhythm, kind of get back to the feeling of actually playing a game. It's a lot different from sitting and then actually trying to play 31 minutes. So that game was huge for me. I came out this evening. I felt way more comfortable. I felt like my conditioning was a lot better. I had the right mindset. I was just reading what they were going to do. If they were closing out hard, I was going to shot fake and do like a little one dribble pull up, or try to find Luka, or just make the right plays. But like I said, playing against Wisconsin and just getting those minutes and real game reps really helped me, and it's going to help me the rest of the year.
CJ, the next question from Chad Leistico.
Hey, CJ, do you have a sense when your team needs a big shot? I mean, and try to become that guy in those moments? Is that something you consciously do or feel, I guess? Seems like it happens a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to make the right plays at the right time. If it's down the stretch and I need to make a big play, I'll make a big play. I just always try to read the game and make the right plays.
The next question, CJ, from Tom Kakert.
CJ, what was it like seeing Luka get the record? And were you guys, I don't know, pressing, but almost trying to do too much to get him the ball at points during the game?
I don't think so. I just think he's just so dominant. We just want him to have the ball. We were looking a little too much and not making the defense move. But what an accomplishment. I'm honored to be one of his teammates. He's a great leader. He's a great guy in the locker room. Obviously, one of the best Hawkeyes, the best. Like I said, just tremendous honor for him, and really proud to be his teammate.
The next question, CJ, from Mark Emmert.
CJ, I wanted to ask you one about Joe Wieskamp. Obviously, a pretty frustrating first half for him, but he comes out and scores your first 9 points of the second half. Is that something you guys talked about at halftime, or did you see that coming from him? And what do you think of his stretch of play there?
Yeah, I knew that was coming. I said to him after the game, big time start of the second half. You're the reason you got us going. He was one of the reasons we won this game, I believe, because in the second half, he was aggressive. He was making the right plays, and he really got us going. They were really in his space. And as the game went on, he was tremendous.
The next question, CJ, from Chad Leistico.
Hi again. Coach said he doesn't work you too much in practice. When you go out there, 30 minutes or however many, do you not know what to expect necessarily when you get out there in game speed, or have you gotten to the point now you do know what to expect?
Like I said, in that Wisconsin game, that was just a great game to judge where I'm at and just get a game under me, a real 31 minutes, big boy basketball. And I just felt way more comfortable today. Like Coach said, I haven't been doing much in practice. I'm kind of on a mileage thing. I get to like 1.5 or 2 miles of practice, and I kind of shut it down. It's just the nature of my injury I have. I'm going to have good days, going to have bad days. I've been having good days and just mentally being able to fight through the pain and just kind of push forward.
I guess to follow up, how excited are you to be able to be in this position now that you're feeling better? You got a game at Michigan this Thursday, which is playing really well, and at Ohio State on Sunday.
Yeah, I was happy with the way I played, and I was just happy to be out there playing again. I think this was my first game back-to-back in a while, so just to be out there playing back-to-back, it was fun. It was really – I just felt like I was in a really good rhythm. I was playing at my pace again, and I had an understanding of the game, and I was able to read the game. And we got a big one Thursday, so I'll do everything I can to do my rehab with Brad and try to get ready for that one.
The next question from David Eichholt.
Yeah, CJ, you guys held Penn State to only 2 field goals over the final 12 minutes or so. What kind of clicked for you guys in the second half defensively to kind of ramp up the intensity?
Yeah, at halftime we knew we had to get stops. That was a huge emphasis. I mean, the bench was huge on the defensive end. They went on a huge defensive. Penn State couldn't score for a little bit, and that was because our bench, the length with Patrick, Keegan, Jack, Joe T on the ball. It causes a lot of problems, and they really got us going. Penn State's a heck of a team. They take you off the bounce. They can shoot it. They attack the offensive glass. They have played everyone tough, and we knew exactly what was coming. We did a great job on defense in the second half.
Any other questions for CJ Frederick? Okay, CJ, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good evening, Jordan. Thanks for joining us. Anyone out there with questions for guard Jordan Bohannon? Please raise your hand by clicking on the reaction tab at the bottom of your screen. Jordan, the first question tonight from Mark Emmert.
Yeah, Jordan, did you know that Luka was on the verge of that scoring record when you passed him that ball?
Yeah, I think everyone knew when, especially after he airballed that free throw. I think that was a little too much in his head when he was shooting that second free throw and he airballed it. But it was pretty fitting for me to be able to, pass him the ball on a pick and roll to have him break that record.
How badly did you want to be that guy that got that?
It didn't really matter to me. I felt like it was kind of destined to be for me to be the one to pass it to him, and it kind of just happened how it did. But I thought we did a good job of finding him in important moments tonight, and he made the most of it.
The next question, Jordan, from Josh Christensen.
Yeah, Jordan, I was going to kind of ask what Mark was saying, but I guess, with the number of assists that you've had in your career and as you, approach, with Horner's record, I mean, how cool is it that, I guess it's almost natural with you and Luka that, with the amount of assists that you have and so many of them have gone to Luka and you've contributed as probably a lot of his points.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool to, kind of have that deal and thinking back, all my assists have been, equivalent to a lot of his points. I think that's really cool because every assist has it kind of sounds cliche, but every assist has a memory behind it. And looking back, all the assists I've had, a lot of it, goes back to Luka, goes back to Tyler Cook, a lot of the big guys and a lot of the shooters, Peter Jock, all the way back to, my freshman year. So, it's been a fun journey, and just to look back on it all is pretty cool.
The next question from Mike Halas.
Jordan, we hear sort of the same things over and over about Luka, the work ethic, etc. Is there something that you can tell people about him that maybe they wouldn't know that they would appreciate?
I think just his mentality off the court. I think a lot of people need to realize how good of a person he is, and how well he treats other people around him. Whether we're hanging out as a team or before COVID, being downtown and in the bars, or just being around at someone's house. No one to realize that he's a superstar athlete, that he's all-time leading scorer at Iowa and all this stuff. He's a person that treats everyone how he wants to be treated, respects everyone, treats his teammates like family, and he really cares about everyone around him. And I think that's the most important thing to look at Luka Garza is, what he's able to do off the court as well as what he has done on the court. But I've always been someone that's looked at the bigger picture in life, and what he has going for him off the court and his personality and character. It's going to go, leaps and bounds for him, beyond his basketball career, and how he treats others. It's just how everyone should be in this world.
The next question from Chad Leistico.
Hi, Jordan. Can you maybe just frame, I guess, since you've been through it yourself, what kind of pain CJ's playing through, and just the fact that he keeps hitting big shots for you, especially tonight when you guys really needed it?
Yeah, he's just a warrior. He's just like the type of guy that came to Iowa, wanted to play for Iowa. Thought he was going to be a walk-on at first because he really wanted to play for the Iowa Hawkeyes, and ended up getting a scholarship right away. it all worked out for him, and he came in, having pride in wearing that Iowa jersey. And I think that's been the mentality for a lot of these guys on this team this year. We really are fortunate to be on the floor, wearing the Iowa jersey across our chest and not too worried about the name on our back of our jersey. And he's just one of those guys that continues to, fight through whatever adversity that, faces him. And he's just that type of guy you want on the team, and continues to, be positive no matter, what type of day he is having with his injuries or whatever. He's going to continue to, try to be positive and make the most of the day and continue getting better and being around the team. And, like I said, being positive.
The next question from Tom Kakert.
Jordan, kind of got a twofold question for you. You almost got it where you broke the assist record on Luka's one. Are you aware of how close you are to that record now? And when Luka hit that bucket, did it kind of free you guys up a little bit? It seemed like you guys relaxed a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, for the first part of the question, I knew a little bit how close I was to the record. I've always said that this assist record means more to me than my 3-point record, because I've always prided myself in being an unselfish player and getting guys going on my team when they're, hitting shots and finding guys and controlling the tempo of the game. And I think that's something I've done a really good job of when I got here, and being able to, make certain passes at certain points. And but that second part of the question, when Luka was able to get going, like always, it always frees up everyone on the team. And we got out in transition a little bit. And I think the biggest difference from first half to second half is our defense. We were able to get stops on, the defensive end, and able to get runouts. And a lot of our runs came in transition, like it always does. So our ability to get stops in important moments and continue to, getting down the floor, running the ball. And that's how Luka got a couple of shots, and that's how Weezy got going in the second half.
Jordan, the next question from Mike Kalass.
How do you feel about what lies ahead in these next 2 games on the road?
It's going to be fun. I don't know if we're going to be staying there from Thursday to Sunday. I kind of hope not, but either way, we're going to be ready for Thursday, and we're looking forward to it. And this is the kind of basketball that we signed up for. We signed up to play at Iowa, to play in these types of games, to change the program. And this is another way to push the needle forward, is be able to play on national television against 2 really great teams this next week, and be ready to play. But for now, we're going to take some time off, and we have a day off tomorrow. I'll get our bodies back right, and get back after it on Tuesday.
Any more questions for Jordan Bohannon? Okay, Jordan, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Welcome, Luka, and congratulations on the scoring record this evening and the victory for that matter. Luka, the first question tonight from Scott Docterman.
Yeah, Luka, how much did this kind of weigh on your mind throughout either the game or as it progressed? I mean, you hit the free throw before you made the record. It kind of probably showed maybe you were pressing a little bit. And then afterwards you hit, I think, you scored 10 straight points. So were you cognizant of where you were on the scoreboard?
Honestly, I think, the moment I really started thinking about it was, once we called that timeout, I knew, if I hit 2 that I was going to pass it. So that was only really the moment. I think the whole first half, and I was fine. And then, once I got past that point, obviously I was a little nervous on the free throw. And after that, I was, I kind of just calmed down and was able to play for the rest of the game. But yeah, no, I think, I just, that the free throw was the only point where I felt like I was pressing. I was really locked into the game for the first half. I think I just missed a couple of jumpers, but, I was able to get to the rim and get going a little bit in the post. And that's where I was the best tonight, was on the block. And, and I'm just really proud of all our guys. CJ played amazing today. And it really helped us out. And, Penn State's a really tough team, and they play really hard and they defend. And I think in the second half, we did a really, really good job of defending and stopping them. And that's what won us the game.
Luka, the next question from Rob Howe.
Luka, what's the significance of this coming in a victory? You talked about that being the most important number to you. Could you even imagine that doing this and not getting a win? I mean, I'm just kind of what makes it that much more special.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have felt, the same. It felt really good to get a win, to continue this win streak and to have that, kind of as a special bonus on the end. It just wouldn't have felt right without the win. And that's why the whole game I was really locked into just doing whatever I could to help the team win. And, the only time where it kind of wavered from that was when I was on the free throw line and we had the whole timeout. And, I was just kind of thinking about it in that moment. But once I got through that, I was able to just settle down and be able to be out there with my guys. And I think, we started to get it into me in the post, and then everything started to open out on the outside. And CJ was just really, really good tonight. Weezy really battled back in the second half, and that shows a lot of growth in Weezy. You talk about a guy who's been on a run that is, second to none probably in the country right now in terms of how people are playing, how they're shooting the ball. And for him to have a first half where he's struggling a little bit, and to be able to come in the second half and be aggressive and I think that's what happens, once you get to a level where you're able to score the ball very consistently. You're going to have that night where you start off, a little bit slow, and he did that and he bounced back and was huge for us in the beginning of the second half and really put us back into the game and did a really good job with that. So.
Look at the next question from Mark Emmert.
Yeah, Luka, two things. One, have you ever airballed a free throw before, or was that a sign of how nervous you were? And then secondly, the basket that you set the record on, that pass from Bohannon, how many thousands of times have you run that play with Jordan Bohannon here?
Yeah, no, I mean, first of all, yeah, I've never airballed a free throw in my life. So, I think, it was a miracle the first one went in out of the two of them. I was very surprised. Neither of them felt good. I was just thinking about it a little too much. And obviously after that, you saw once I, got past that, I made 4 in a row. So, it wasn't really, anything to do with the free throw. It was just, they called timeout, and I looked at the scoreboard. I knew where I was at. And, I had the whole timeout to think about it. And then I got up to the line, had to think about it again. So, and I think, it felt fitting, the pass gave from J-Bo, on a low post feed. And it just, that really speaks to, how lucky I've been over my career to play with some really, really good guards. And obviously, with J-Bo, who, next game, he's going to get, a significant record as well. And probably by, passing the all-time leading assists. So, that speaks to how lucky I've been in my career to be around some really, really good players and really good teammates that just, were able to, feed me the ball like, I've never been in my life, had as good guards, and that just, they made me look good, over the course of my career. So this is not an individual accomplishment. I don't see it that way. I see it as a team thing. When your team is focused on, getting the ball inside, sharing the ball around, it's a team thing. So I'm just really, really blessed to have the teammates that I've had over my career that have made me look good and, put me in this position.
Look at the next question from Josh Christensen.
Luka, what does it mean to you that not only that, you've made history, but I talked to a few of Roy's former teammates, and they were really happy to see this happen, including somebody like BJ Armstrong. What does that mean to you when even Roy's former teammates are happy to see you break this record, even when they played with him for 3 or 4 years? They love that, it seemed like they appreciate what you have done, and it seems like you were the right guy.
It really means the world, to hear that. I think, once I got to the University of Iowa, like I always have been, I'm a big basketball fan. So, I like to know the history of everywhere I'm at in terms of basketball. And so obviously, that was the first name I kind of heard. And I've known and researched so much about Iowa basketball history, especially when I was getting recruited. So I knew, who Roy Marble was and, how good he was and, how great a person he was, how great of a teammate he was. And so it's truly, an honor to just even be in the same sentence as a guy like that. And to pass him, it's something I never could have dreamed about it. like I said, that is all the credit for this goes to the coaching staff here, Fran McCaffrey for recruiting me, and all the teammates I've had, and my family, and the coaches I've had through the course of my career who have taught me the game of basketball. That is who kind of got me to this position, and to the University of Iowa, to the fans, to for really changing my life. So I'm really lucky, to be in the situation that I'm in, and it's an honor to pass someone like Roy Marble.
Luca, the next question from Tyler Devine.
Luca, how weird was this to do without fans there?
I think, honestly, we've grown used to having no fans. I think over the course of this season, we're 23 games in, so we know what it feels like not to have fans out there. So that really, obviously, I would have loved to have been in front of Hawkeye Nation and in the Packed Carver Hawkeye Arena, obviously. But, for me, the most important thing about today was getting the win. We knew Penn State's a really good team. They've challenged a lot of great teams on the road. Michigan, they were right there. Ohio State, they were right there. They beat Wisconsin. They're a really good team. So we were really locked into being able to win this game. And so, I think going into this game, I was doing my best to not even think about it and just play. And, like I said, the only time I really thought about it was, that time out when I had to think about the 2 free throws. So that was really it. But, I think, it was a great team win. And a lot of guys battled. CJ Frederick was amazing. And we played really, really good defense in the second half. We knew when we got to halftime, when we were all on each other, that we weren't playing defense to the level that we have been in these last 4 games. And our coaches have been, on us the whole way just to continue to never get comfortable. And I think once we got up 17-6, we took our feet off the gas a little bit. And I'm just proud of our guys for, being able to get it back on there and finish this game out.
Luca, the next question from Chad Leistico.
Hey, Luca, I know the points mean a lot, but how do you want to be remembered, I guess, in your Hawkeye career? You got about a month to go, maybe, give or take.
Honestly, I just want to be remembered as a guy who loved the game of basketball, played as hard as he could and worked as hard as he could, and was a great teammate and someone who tried to be a really good leader. That's it. I think, I've said this before that, I didn't come here to win awards, to score points. That wasn't my goal. When I came here, I wanted to win games. And, obviously after my freshman year, we were 14-19. That was something that was, I never experienced losing like that. And, I think it speaks to the guys that we have, still that we're from there and the guys that have come since then that, we built this program, after that 1 year, we took us back to another level where we were an overtime away from the Sweet 16. And obviously last year probably being, 5, 6, 7 seed again. And obviously this year with how we're doing. So, I think winning games is the most important thing to me. And every time I step on the floor, I play as hard as I can. And I play every game like it's my last. So, I think that's just kind of what, I want, people to talk about when they talk about, me.
Luca, the next question from Tom Kakert.
Look, I wondered if you could give some thoughts on the video tribute that you got after the game and what you thought of that. And where's that park that your dad was at? Is that kind of a special meaning for you, that place that you shot more baskets than any place else in your life?
That video was awesome. I got a little emotional during it, just seeing all the people, that had something to say and that reached out and all the, friends on there and some of the legends on there. It was truly amazing that, they were, they took the time to make a video and say something to me and congratulate me. It felt really surreal in that moment. And, that court, it got renovated since I've been at the University of Iowa. So it wasn't quite that nice when, I was working out on it. But, that was, when I moved to DC for high school, I lived in a townhouse and that was a court that was right by there. And that's a court where, I dunked for the first time. That's the court I used to go out every single night, and and work out with my dad and work out by myself, or whatever the case may be. I'd even play in like a old man's league. They'd be playing, I'd just hop in and start playing with them. So there's a lot of good memories, from that court. And my dad was right. That is one of the places, besides my high school gym, that I probably spent the most time, working out. So that was really cool that, my dad took the time to do that. And that everybody, I'm so lucky to have the people around me that I do. And I've just really been blessed to, represent the University of Iowa, and I will never, forget, what everybody, means to me, and everybody has done for me, through my time here.
Two more questions, Luca. The first one from Jarek Andreski.
Hey, Luca, congrats on the record. After you broke it, there was a timeout, and it seemed like there was sort of a sense of relief, and you were telling your teammates to sort of stay focused because the game was still in the balance at that point. And then after the game, you were smiling and hugging everybody, and it even seemed like you and Connor had some good laughs heading into the tunnel. When did the emotions of breaking the record hit? Have they hit you, or are they still sort of coming in waves right now?
Honestly, I think it's something that's really going to hit me later, in life. But I think, once I did, get past it, we got that timeout, and I was just saying, I'm good now. I'm just going to, relax and calm down. And I was able to settle down and, knock some free throws down and be able to score in the paint, a little bit. And we were able to close this game out. So, I didn't want the focus of this game to be on that. And, I wanted the focus to be on winning. So, and that's what it was. The only time it was kind of off that was when I was at the free throw line. And, I just being around, my teammates in that moment and watching those people say all those kind of words, about me, that was a surreal feeling, just, from, where I've been to, where I've come now. And, for me, that's something that continues to inspire me, and I'm going to continue to work as hard as I can to become the best player that I can be for the rest of my life. And my high school coach always told me that the harder I work, the luckier I'll get. So that's something that, sticks by me, and I've gotten really lucky so far, and I hope that continues. And, me and Connor were really sharing a laugh about the air ball, and I was just telling him how, nervous I was in that moment. and so that was really what it was about. And, we were just really glad that, we got this win. And I think, I was telling the team that, in these 4 years that I've been here, we haven't had a 4-game win streak in February like we are now. And that's speaking to us as an experienced group, a mature group that's putting together things at the right time. We obviously had, a stretch where we weren't playing our best basketball, but now, having, CJ Frederick back and healthy and looking as good as he did tonight, that really helps. And I think we got a lot of guys that are really locked in right now, to our goals and to continue to push ourselves to be a great defensive team. I think we weren't that great in the first half, and we were all, that locker room, we were all mad at each other, and we held them to 27 points in the second half, and they did not shoot a great percentage in that second half either. So, and that's a good offensive team. They score a lot of points. They got a lot of guys who can score the ball. So that's a really good feeling for our team and our defense, and we're going to continue to keep that moving forward. We got a lot of games left, and we got the biggest games left. So, I think our main focus is winning games and improving every day.
Luca, the final question tonight from Mike Halas.
After the video, you and your teammates went over to the people in the stands. Were there extra people here for this game for you?
No, there was, a kid who has been part of our program, definitely since I got here, Tate, and we wore those shirts my freshman year, the Tater Tough shirts, and it's a kid who's dealing with very serious cancer. He's battling as hard as he can, and he was able to come out to the game tonight, which was really awesome for all of us. And we didn't know he was there at first, and the coach told us right after the video, and so we went over and said hello. And that's what that was about. So it's just to have someone like that be part of your program is inspiring. And Tate has an amazing family. He's an amazing kid. He's battled and persevered through so much, and it really puts things into perspective. And so it was a really important moment, and it was really cool that they were able to come out to the game and we were able to get a win and send them home happy. So, from, our Hawkeye family to, the Tate family, it's all love. So, we're really blessed.
Well, Luca, thank you for sharing that. And thank you so much for your time. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Luca's the final student athlete tonight. So thank you everyone for joining us. I see a lot of faces at Carver Hawkeye Arena. So please have a safe trip home and we will join together again. Have a good night.